Hey, if you saw this coming, please raise your hand. That's right. Everybody saw this coming. That's right. Hey, everybody, I'm Craig. Welcome to the Side Scrollers Podcast channel. We are back tomorrow live, and I can't wait to see you guys at 11 a.m. Central Time. So if you're new, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. Join the 101,000 normal men who have found common sense in the video game and entertainment space. Okay, so let's talk about this. Like I said, we all saw this coming, but now that it's here, it's a stark reminder of what they think you are, right? So, and I'm talking about the Golden Joysticks Awards, specifically what they didn't nominate for Game of the Year. Let's go over to X for this one right here. Going to Pirate Nation. Black Myth Wukong not nominated for Game of the Year by the Golden Joystick Awards. Now, once again, everybody saw this coming in the worst way possible. You may be asking yourself, hey man, who exactly is the Golden Joystick Awards? Well, I'm glad you asked, normal man, because here it is. The Golden Joysticks judging panel meets to compile our short list of nominees. The judges consist of editors and contributors for our sister brands. Now, this is from GamesRadar.com that include PC Gamer, FGS, Edge Magazine, Retro Gamer, Games Radar, and a variety of quote-unquote industry experts. You always love that saying. Here's my thing on this. The whole industry expert thing. You know who the experts are? You. You're the expert. You're the customer. You're the ones who spend the money to play these games. You're not giving them for free. I mean, you may get a Steam code every once in a while. That'd be sweet. But at the end of the day, you're the one paying for it. So you're the one who should be voting on all this. And I'll tell you, like I said, people saw this coming. And Demian over on X, he posted this, says, Black Myth Wukong ignored by the Golden Joysticks Award. I told you, it's Hogwarts Legacy all over again. We saw this last year with the Game Awards and the other various industry access media awards. These awards that are voted on by quote-unquote video game journalists, right? It says, if you don't pander to the echo chamber, you're thrown out and ignored like you never existed in the first place. That's right, Black Myth Wukong. It's insane that this is not at least nominated for Game of the Year. Look, at the end of the day, that's the biggest thing. Is it should at least be nominated for the whole thing. Rhino the Bouncer over on X says, thoughts. This is, I think, really, really important. So listen to this. I know Game Award events are meant to represent critics' choices, not player votes. This is the problem here. Game Awards should not represent the critics. They should represent the player. They should represent you. And you guys know where I'm going to this, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. But when games that made significant commercial buzz or overwhelming love for players, this should be taken into consideration when voting for games as a critic. I agree. If critics are going to be voting on this thing, they should take the customer into account. Black Myth Wukong was developed by a Chinese studio that never made a console game with a budget of $70 million and sold 10 million copies in 3 days and 20 million copies in a month with $1 billion in revenue. Putting alongside the gaming's biggest hits like Zelda, God of War, Spider-Man, and Elden Ring. And the fact that this has not been nominated by Access Media is insane. Stellar Blade was developed by a South Korean studio, also their first game on console, and achieved good success and rated 9.2 by the users, aka customers, which is as high as many industry icons like Grand Theft Auto 5, The Last of Us, God of War, and it had an ambitious future ahead. It has big future, 1,000%. Grums over here, he's been leading this charge along the way. They snubbed them all. Virtue over logic. Bitterness reigns in the Western gaming industry. 1,000%. Once again, let's take a look at Black Myth Wukong here. How did it do? The Metacritic score, 81%. User score, the customer score, 8.3. All right, 8.3 out of 10. That is really, really good. Yes, of course it's going to get downvoted because some people are jerks, right? You see this all the time. Well, what about Stellar Blade for the PlayStation 5? An exclusive, baby. Let's go. 81. Critic score, 9.2 along the way. This is the problem. Didn't even get a shot at any sort of award for Game of the Year. Not even an opportunity, and that's the problem. And I want you to look, yes, I'm absolutely going to use this as an opportunity to talk about the Real Game Awards because this is exactly why the Real Game Awards exist in the first place, because there needs to be an alternative for it. As pointed out by the Mad Shogun over on X. He says, this is why I'll watch the Real Game Awards instead, produced by an actual gamer, me, Craig, rather than a urinal scripting hack, Jeff Keighley. Now look, Jeff Keighley, I've said this before, Jeff has gone out of his way. He's risked his money to produce that show, right? Awesome, do it. But the corporatization of the Game Awards is what is also its biggest downfall, right? It strives to be the Oscars. It strives to be these things. Why? Why do we need that? We don't need black ties in gaming. Gamers don't wear black ties. They wear jeans and shirts and hats and sometimes even Crocs. Savvy, Jeremy, I'm looking at you guys. But we don't need all the happenstance. Yes, it's nice to get, you know, a nice stage and wonderful spotlight and a dancing number here and there, but I don't want to be the Oscars. I don't want the Real Game Awards to be the Oscars because that's not who the gaming audience is. That is not who you are right here. So with that said, look, if you're tired of this nonsense, today, literally today, we opened up nominations for the Real Game Awards Game of the Year. Now, it's for all voting members. If you're a voting member, it's $30 a year. People go, why does it need to be $30 a year? It's a big grift. No, it's $30 a year because we don't want any sponsorships associated with it. The only sponsor is you. It's you. There's no $250,000 to buy a 30-second trailer on our show. The only funding comes from you. This year, it's going to be a digital event, and next year, we're going to do a big event. Like I said, I don't care if it's at a Buffalo Wild Wings or if it's at an Embassy Suites or if it's at a Reunion Arena in downtown Dallas, which doesn't even exist anymore, but some sort of major stadium. Whatever. We're going to do it next year, but we want to get it off the ground this first year and at least create an alternative. If we want to make change, we have to take action, and that's what the Real Game Awards is. So if you wouldn't mind, head over to therealgameawards.com. You guys can become a membership up here. Become a member up here. All you got to do is click it. Or if you already are a member, go to updates at the top of the page up here. Click that, and you'll see all the latest updates, including today's Game of the Year nominee. Now, all throughout the month of the month of October, we're going to have a new category available for you guys to nominate. Because once again, we're just about putting it down. You guys control everything about this, including the different categories that we have. So today, it's all about nominating for the 2024 Game of the Year. If you guys want Stellar Blade there, if you want Black Myth Wukong there, if you want Concord there, all you got to do is go down, put it in the comments below. We're going to tabulate it all, and then we're going to be voting on it in December. So with that said, I'm excited for you guys. This is why this exists. There needs to be alternative. We need to take action. Appreciate you guys popping in. We're going to be back live tomorrow. We got a huge guest list at 11 a.m. Central Time. Hopefully you guys join us as we're back at it. Go watch a video here, subscribe, and take action by joining the 101,000 Normal Men. See you guys tomorrow.